So hello and welcome everyone. My name is Linda Evenden. I'm a mama, I'm a coach, I'm also a Juice Plus National Marketing Director, and it's my great pleasure to share this event with you. It's one of my favourite online events that we do. We gather heart-driven women from all over the world, and we call this Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Because isn't that the truth? I certainly found some products that changed my life. They changed my energy, they transformed my skin, my immune system, all kinds of good things that I'll get into. And the other gift that I soon got with that was the ability to impact others around me just with this incredible, simple but powerful product. And with that came a business. So I found I definitely stumbled across this at a time when I certainly needed it. And the business came for me soon after when I realised that I could not only enjoy these products forever, I knew that I needed to be on them for the rest of my life as a continual health boost, but I was already naturally sharing with everyone around me. I got my mum and dad on it very quickly. You know, I kind of called my sister and made sure that she was on them as well. And pretty soon my friend said to me, you know what? This extra $300-400 a month, that could be yours. And that's when I said, hello, what? How much extra a month? This really is something that I could do from home around my kids. Okay, now I'm listening. And so I was hooked early on. So today is very much, we're not talking at you, it's not boring info, and we keep it express, which I love. But we're really having a conversation about two of the things that we all want to do better in life in, which is our health, our absolute greatest wealth. And then, of course, we want more choices. We want more impact. We want more purpose. We want to align with other heart-driven, like-minded, like-valued people. And so that's what we have collectively all found in this business. So I've been doing this 10 years. This is my decade in this. And I really believe the biggest gift for me is now being able to watch other women discover what's possible for them, discover their extra level of, bravery, courage, purpose, vision and mission, and really seeing them bring their own impact into their lives. I'm very addicted to that. So I'm going to kick off a little because behind every great company, every great business must have an incredible product. Not a mediocre one, not one that's okay, one that people can't live without, one that serves a great purpose, one that is relevant across the world, one that people never want to be without for a day in their life. And that's what we have. So first and foremost, my absolute first love. This is like my extra family member. If I was to have another child, it would kind of be these little babies here, these beautiful little colourful bottles called Juice Plus. And for some of those who haven't heard of this, maybe you're viewing this for the first time, we all know what we should eat. We all know what we do eat, and these help us bridge the gap. So we know what we need to do to have more energy, to have better skin, to have more clarity of mind, to lose some of the unwanted toxic fat. In an ideal world, we'd be doing it all. We absolutely are clear on what we need to do. We need to move more. We need to drink more water. We need to eat. The foundation is fruits and veggies and berries. Nourishing whole foods that repair and heal and is the ultimate fuel. Now, what are some of my reasons? Let's make this interactive. Why do you think that I'm not getting, the World Health Organization recommends up to 13 serves of half cups of raw, preferably, colourful fruits and veggies. Now, you're probably like me. You stick to the same areas in the fruit and veggie section. You've got the fruit and veggie graveyard. Like, I set out with the best intentions. Even when I'm so proud and I go to the organic market, I'm like, kale. I buy a bunch of organic kale for $5 every time, and it just goes in the graveyard. Like, I set out with the best intentions for that, but I don't get around to doing it. And so I knew this about myself. I'm a health coach, and I've been doing that for over 15 years. And the one thing that I know with myself, especially, and I should know better, I should know best, is that we do what's easy. We do what works, we do what's easy, and we do what is convenient. So I was continually on the search for how can I get a lot of natural whole foods straight from the tree, straight from the ground, juices into me and my family. And so we would have good seasons, good sessions, good weeks of our health kick, but it's actually what you sustain on a daily basis affects how you feel. So for me, I was looking for that edge. And when I heard about Juice Plus, that they're not supplements, they're not vitamins, they're not synthetic, it's not created in the lab. So I really want you to get this, that what this company cracked the code, they've taken 30 plus vine ripened, picked at the peak of ripeness, and then they're flash frozen, and then they're crushed at really low temperature. So the entire vegetable is there. The stalks, the stems, the leaves, the seeds, all of the gnarly stuff that you actually wouldn't eat, that is chock full of incredible nutrients. And then they're simply taking the water out at low temperature. And what that means is you're harnessing all of the best of without the mess, without the fuss, without the expense, without the veggie graveyard. You're literally capturing the very best at the best time, completely free of pesticides, herbicides, mold, bacteria, microbes. These products, from when they're farmed from soil to capsule, they're tested over 4 separate times for over 300 known contaminants. So I just think that's spectacular, safety-wise, convenience-wise. And all of these, you can get this power pack. Imagine getting 30 plus fruits, veggies, and berries. I'll read some of these superstars. I mean, they're the rock stars of the veggie world. It's kale, spinach, parsley, cabbage. I mean, cabbage, come on. I know how good it is for me, but I don't love the stuff, and I'd be lucky to get that stuff into me once a week. Parsley, the same. This way, we're actually getting kilos that are reduced to their absolute essence every single day. So let me ask you, what do you think are some of the benefits that you're going to feel? If you could pack in 3, 4 extra cold-pressed juices every single day, just chug it down. Now, I can take these babies in 17 seconds. As I said, I've been taking them 10 years. I can take them all at once. I should do a YouTube on this. It's pretty spectacular. I take 8 all at once, 17 seconds, 2 giant waters, and I have just rocked the day. No matter what happens for the rest of the day, I've paid way less than what I could buy it for and juice it for, and even if I had the time and motivation. So all of the hurdles and hard work are taken out, including the cost. So all of our products, these superstars, are less than a cup of coffee. They're way less than a Boost juice or a Jumbo juice as well. And the best part is these fruits and veggies and berries also come in a chewable form. Now, these are always empty at my house. I just can't keep up with them because we love them, we eat them, they're delicious. Kids have no idea. I love these for kids because they've got no clue that they're eating parsley and cabbage and acerola cherry and spinach and cabbage and all of these wonderful rock stars taste good. So we call them this is their grow food gummies. They love them. And the best part that I love about this company, you know, we talk about heart driven, and the thing I noticed immediately about this company was they give away for children between the ages of 4 and 18 their own free Juice Plus. So I'm going to say it again because it's pretty spectacular. When an adult orders their own Juice Plus, our kids are going to do what we do, not what we say, right? So they see us, investing in our health, doing what we know is good. They want to do the same. They're always modeling us and watching, right? So I love that the company makes it so easy, family health. Literally, when you order yours, one of your children will be able to receive Juice Plus absolutely free for up to 4 years along with you. There's no gimmick there. That's what got me curious about the business, to be honest. That what kind of organisation does this? This organisation has been around for 47 years. It's the same CEO and leadership team and founder at the helm. And, you know, they discovered and created Juice Plus 25 years ago. So this is the world's #1 whole food nutrition, the #1 product of its kind. It's also the world's most researched. So any research geeks out there, I'm going to gallery you for a second. No, not on page 1, maybe page 2, no research geeks. Hang on, Claire. Ray is. Okay, there's two of us, Ray. That's why I don't go deeply into research, because everyone would log off. But needless to say, let me just lean in. I want to bring the research to life because I'm always excited about it. This stuff, after 28 days, you get up, you take your Juice Plus with giant water, and in 17 seconds, it's in your bloodstream and it's being absorbed, and you don't pee it out. Because remember, it's original food. It's not a supplement, it's not synthetic, not lab created. Your body knows exactly what it is. After 28 days of taking even just the basic, so don't even worry about what happens when you add the others that I'll get into. After 28 days, you get 4 times more antioxidants in your bloodstream, crowding up the crap and annihilating the bad guys, free radicals. Now, ladies, it's mostly ladies on here today. That's aging. Free radicals is aging. Free radicals is cancer. Free radicals is autoimmune. Free radicals is our DNA, right? So this is your number one protection. 4 times more good guys in your bloodstream in 28 days. That's just one of the 33 published peer-reviewed medical journals stating what Juice Plus can do. You guys don't look impressed enough. Maybe you don't get it. In 28 days, you're going to be 4 times younger than everyone else that isn't having their amazing whole food every day. That's what it means. My skin, I'm proud of this. I used to have cystic acne, and I look better now in my mid-40s than I did in my mid-30s before I started Juice Plus. And that is no word of a lie. Okay. So this, I will talk about the orange one separately. This is our omegas. And for me, this is the oil. This is the good oil that oils everything in your body. Your nervous system is made of fat. So your good fats, your omegas, are so essential. Our body doesn't make them. They're called essential because we have to eat them. Who's eating organic avocados every single day? Who's eating raw nuts and seeds that aren't oxidated, that haven't been roasted and toasted and all that kind of stuff? The truth is, the fish oil, we all know the challenges with that. It stinks. You've got to squeeze a lot of fish to get a little bit of rancid oil that's often doing more damage. We know that it's limited. These are plant omegas, and they are just amazing. And just in a few weeks, we hear hair, skin, nails, clarity of mind. There are so many things that begin happening when we oil our good fats. And only the good fats, this is another thing, listen up ladies, only the good fats get rid of the bad fats. I'm going to say it again. Only the good fats can get rid of the bad fats. The bad fats are the rancid ones that hold toxicity and fat. So your fat is staying around because it's keeping you safe. So the good fats slowly over time help the bad fats detox. And over time, this is why you will feel leaner and meaner and more radiant on the omegas. Okay, one more. I'm going way over time on products today. I got too excited, but I love these little sachets. These, I call this is my magic nutrition fairy unicorn dust. There's over 28 ingredients in this as well. And it's things like quinoa, spelt, millet. When's the last time you had millet? Amaranth, what even is that? Yucca, one of the most powerful anti-inflammatories on the planet. Where are you getting the yucca from? You're not, right? It's amazing what the company have sourced globally to put in here to just make you feel amazing. They did the hard work. It tastes amazing. Again, kids, husbands, people don't know what we're giving them because they think it's a delicious chocolate, healthy milk. So these are just my go-to every single day. I win before I even do my first hour of the day because of these babies. And yeah, I covered these free gummies. Okay, that's me and the products. You can tell I ooze passion with this because they work. It's just amazing what happens to people in those first few weeks and months when they just start adding in Juice Plus. Even if they don't change another thing, they start drinking more water, pooping better, sleeping better. Things just start to clear up. But to bring it to life, I'm going to ask one of my gorgeous goddess friends here, Ange Simpson. I'm pinning you, honey, if you can unmute yourself and share with us, because it's unbelievable how similar your story is to mine, but take it away.
Totally. And I think I remember one of my first conversations with you was about what I'm going to talk about. I actually got onto the products when I was a new mum. I was really tired and I had heard about these fruit and vegetables in a capsule and I was like, sounds good. I've got nothing to lose, so I'm just going to try them anyway. And I was blown away in the first couple of weeks. You know, I had the great things like the energy, my skin cleared up. I was very much like Linda. I would get these massive pimples on my chin every single month. But the really cool thing happened about 6 months into taking the products. You know, I didn't expect this, but Linda and I had a conversation about migraines, and I've suffered from them for, I think, about 20 years now. I've tried everything, chiropractors, dietary changes, physio, everything possible that you could try. I've been in hospital for 10 days being studied and nothing worked. And they were debilitating. You know, I couldn't parent, I couldn't work. I was just totally wiped out with each one. And 6 months into taking Juice Plus, I had my last migraine. And I didn't realize it was my last, obviously, but it was kind of a couple of months after that that I realized that I hadn't had one in a while. And for me, that was massive. I don't have to be afraid that I'm going to be out somewhere and I'm going to get hit with a migraine and not be able to drive home. And so these products are going to be in my life forever, because for anyone who's suffered from migraines, you know how much it can knock you out and you know how much it can change your life. And since that, so that was about 1.5 years ago now that I, sort of had that result. I think I've had maybe 2 or 3, which is so awesome. And so I'm on it for life. This is me for good.
I love it. That was just the same as me. And it's for anyone, if you know, chances are you also know someone that's battled with this for their life. It's just a matter of saying, hey, you know what, I heard a story and I'll send you a recording of 2 women that this had happened for. So I'm going to move on and ask for one more, because I'm so loving our product stories coming to life today. Kristine Drummond, there she is, another goddess champion that I love. Kristine is, a former personal trainer. She's an amazing food coach. And Kristine, can you share just, you've helped so many thousands of women across the globe the past decade really take back control of their health, and especially through our eating programs. So the free eating programs that we get, completely free, and group support and all of the inspiration when someone decides to try Juice Plus. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the main thing I was seeing from all the clients that were coming in front of me was that no one was getting enough plant-based products or plant-based food into their diets. We were, I was seeing a lot of inflamed bodies, a lot of people that couldn't shift weight because they weren't, detoxing naturally and letting things like Juice Plus get in there and do what it's supposed to do at that cellular level. So for me, I had a lot of stuff coming across my desk as a personal trainer, and I tried a lot of stuff. I was like a guinea pig for my clients, but it wasn't until Juice Plus came along, I could see how convenient it was. I could see how affordable it was, and I could see how it was going to help bridge the gap between what my clients were doing and what they should be doing. And it was just such a really easy transition for them. And what Juice Plus, I noticed, was doing was it was getting in there and it was making the necessary changes without them having to work too hard, and I can definitely whip your butt into shape. I can do that. But if you're going home and you're not nourishing and repairing and protecting every single cell in your body, you're actually doing more damage to yourself than good. So you want to really make sure that you're balancing that. And you heard Linda speak about the free radicals. It's so important that you're adding in tons of antioxidants to actually reduce the amount of oxidative stress and free radicals that we're causing through things like exercise and stress and lifestyle choices. So I just found it really simple, Linda, and yep, I've changed lives all around the world, and I'm so excited and passionate. And you know what, we never know what it's going to do for someone, but it's amazing how your body reacts when you actually put the good stuff in. So that's it, Linda, from me.
Beautiful. And it's pretty wild what goes on in the support groups. That's what I love seeing, because people are just making small changes. And often it's not the battle of willpower. Once you start getting nourished, you crave what you eat on a daily basis. So once you upgrade what you're eating, every day, you crave better. And that battle becomes so much easier because it's often a chemical warfare that we're fighting. So that's the thing that I love about our shred. Whoever sent you this to watch or record, we can definitely get you more information on that. But now I'm going to switch gears a little. Girls just want to have funs is what we call it. Who better than one other goddess? I'm scrolling across. There she is. Katrina Stark, to share a little bit about, you know, I shared my story at the start that I've been doing this 10 years. It was kind of a no-brainer. But this business, you know, working from home businesses, we've got questions. We've got a lot of them. We've got, you know, necessary skepticism. Can I do it? Is it real? You know, do you actually make money? And I love Katrina's way to really take us through some of these common questions and give us some of the truth bombs. Take it away, honey.
Thank you, Linda. Come up.
You're up.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I can see you still.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Okay, let me try pinning again. Is that you?
Let me see. Oh, there I am.
Yay. Okay.
Hey, thank you so much. It's so wonderful listening to all those stories. It's crazy because just as Linda is passionate about the product, I think I'm just as passionate about the business. I love the product and I love that it makes sense, and I actually came in first and foremost as a customer. But the business to me is just epic. There's nothing else like it. And coming from someone who has done both the employee and the employer, this trumps every single one of them. So, you know, I've been doing the Juice Plus business model for almost 3 years now. And when I first started, life was so much different. And it's quite often that you'll hear stories like this and think, oh yeah, but it happens to someone else. I was that person thinking that watching Linda's story, and now 3 years later, I'm getting to share it with other people. So this is a model that works. You know, 3 years ago, I was going through a really horrible time in life. I was working 2 traditional businesses, hoping that one of them would make enough money so that I could be able to have the freedom that I craved. I had 2 small children at the time and a partner that really wasn't a great help. He was also sick and dealing with his own things, but I felt with the amount of responsibility on me, earning $400 a week was not cutting it. Hence, I fell into depression and ended up on the Juice Plus capsules. And just like Linda organically started to refer it to people. And my beautiful wellness coach said to me, jump into the business, earn some extra money, take your kids on holidays when you want, and, you know, help people feel better. So, of course, I did have my reservations because I come from traditional work, traditional business especially. So I understood how traditional business worked, nothing about online models. But, you know, coming into this business, I realized that everything that I had done in the past had led me to a stage of frustration. I got out of school and I worked straight away in retail because I was an entrepreneur. I wanted to be able to create my own business, my own hours, my own limit to income, things like that. So I started out in retail in order to save up enough money to start my own business. Has anybody ever stayed in a job longer than you should have? That was me. I stayed here for 7 years just because the business model gave me a wage. And that was security that I wanted at that time. But in this model, I didn't find that I thrived. I was swapping my time for a dollar figure, and that was enough to be able to help my family a little bit, to pay bills and to get by, but we were living week to week. I found also in here that this model created a lot of toxicity because there was a lot of competition. Not only did you have your own business model with the CEO at the top and a few different ranks, as you came in, you had to prove your worth in order to progress. And now I liked that because I was a hard worker, but I hated the fact that most of these people were my friends. They were my peers. We were turning up together every day and we'd created bonds. So it felt weird trying to step over them. Eventually I did though, because I needed more money to be able to provide for my family, and I got up here to manager. Unfortunately, even if I had spent another 7 years in this model, everything up here was solid. It was taken, it was family run, and I knew that even if something opened up there, it had come from an external position rather than somebody who had already done the work, which I felt was kind of unfair. But, you know, it worked. The CEO told us what to do and we helped support his business. Now, my end goal was to become the CEO. And I did that. With all the funds that I saved up on the side, I created my own business as a dance studio owner, and I loved it. I really enjoyed it because it was where my passions were. But I found the CEO position way too stressful to be able to have any kind of standard of living. Every time that I tried to start this business model and perpetuate it and to keep it rolling, I felt like I was navigating a kindergarten. I was constantly telling people what to do and all this kind of toxicity in the workplace. I was dealing with arguments and people backstabbing each other and all sorts of stuff to get positions. And it just really didn't feel like something that I enjoyed. And not to mention the financial freedom was non-existent. Everything that was coming up here was going straight back out because it was a brand new business. I had overheads like wages, electricity, utilities, insurance, all sorts of different things that didn't mean that money was getting on my family table, if that makes sense. It was all going back out to other invoices, and hence why I had to have a day job in the meantime in order to keep things rolling. So with both of these models, I realized that there was a real lack for the freedom that so many of us crave. And as I've gotten into this business, I realized that now is the time more than ever that people are realizing that this isn't working. They're getting sick of having 6 weeks annual leave. They're getting sick of told when they can take their breaks. They're getting sick of told their worth and their dollar figure. And I really do like that consciousness is rising at the moment, and we're starting to bump that system. We're starting to think, you know what, I'm worth more than this. You know, I can do more. And I really do feel like this business model lets people create that. So ours is a little bit different. There's a position at the top called National Marketing Director, just like Linda announced proudly that she is at the start. This is available to everybody. It's basically our CEO position, but as you can see, there's not just one position at the top. It's unlimited, which I really love, because just like I shared before, I had a strong work ethic. So to be able to know that nothing was stopping me from getting in the way of NMD apart from some hard work, I was like, cool, I've always wanted to be the CEO of my business, to make my hours, to say how much I want to earn. So that was really appealing. Now, what I loved is that in order to get to NMD, you have to be a nice person. You have to help people. You have to want to see them succeed. And you have to be okay with holding their hand and helping them through all the doubts that we all have. That's basically what an NMD's job is, nice wrapped up in a bow. So I could do that. I loved that. And along the way, I also loved that I didn't have to pressure anybody to do what I did if they didn't want to. If they just wanted to come in and earn a couple of extra $100 a month to be able to provide, to put some in with their husband, to buy a fancy dress, to go to coffee without it being explained, all that kind of stuff, I could show them the system to do it. If I had someone who you're going to hear later, my beautiful friend Ashy, she came in and she just wanted to travel without having to worry about a bank account. So her goal was $4,000 a month. I could show her the system to be able to do that as well with an online platform that she could take anywhere. So meeting people where they were at and helping them without them stepping over each other really did create such a nicer environment to be part of. And, you know, in the 3 years that I've found since, there's absolutely no way I could ever go back to normal work because I just don't think it serves people where they're at anymore. But that being said, I was totally skeptical as to whether I could do it. The business model worked. I'd seen people do it. I'd seen people be successful. I went to my first event and I saw Linda and I was like, oh my God, she's amazing. But can I do that? Can I be that person? And you know, the person who introduced me was quite outgoing. I was not that person. I was shy. I was reserved. Even the thought of speaking in front of people back then used to make me get all nervous. But I realized with a product that works and the fact that so many people are looking for something different at the moment, it really was a no-brainer. So within my first week, actually, my friend Miranda came along to an event just like this because she wanted to know what I was doing and I had no idea how to explain it. So I was like, here, come along, watch this. These ladies will tell you. And Miranda loved not only the product, but she signed up to the business as well because she was doing family daycare and hated the fact that she was constantly determined by other families. She felt like she was putting her family aside and other families were first and foremost. And then the cool thing about it is I met a beautiful lady online called Jo. I'd never met Jo before, but she did put up a post saying how she really wanted to travel and her job wasn't allowing that. We struck up a cool conversation about what I was doing, and it was really interesting because without much prompt from me at all, she was like, cool, tell me more. And it really did make me see that social media is so easy. Now from that, Miranda had a sister, Danny, and a cousin, Beck. Both of them were stay-at-home mums. And they pretty much joined as soon as they wanted, as soon as she did, because they wanted that extra freedom, just an extra couple of $100 a month too. Now, Jo, she had massive goals. She was like me. She was one of the ones that saw NMD on the board and wanted to run for it. And she used social media as a platform to go out and create her own NMD business. Now, the cool part about that is along the way, I've met other people. Sometimes it's through the program, so they become a customer, sorry. Sometimes they come through as a team member. They are looking for something extra, you know, and they just love the idea of our customer program and the way that we look after people, and they start as well. Now, the thing that I love the most about this is that it makes sense. The pressure's not on you. You create a team or a tribe of women, particularly in my case, who want to go out and help make the world a little bit better, who want to give people more choices and more kind of opportunities, I guess. So within the 3 years that we've done this, this is what we call the popcorn effect, and it tends to just go nuts. And I can attest to that because 3 years in, we now have a team with little circles like this. There are over 700. And that's just insane because it really does go to show that it's not about what you can do. It's about what you can do as a team. So yeah, it's definitely, you're going to have your doubts. We all do. We're all human. But the cool part about it is that the person who is there helping, holding your hand has done it before you. Okay, they don't want to compete with you. They want to help you succeed. So that is probably the nicest part of this business. Now, I think for me, the hardest thing at the start was understanding where the money came from and how you could create a living off this business model. I'd always assumed that it was a hobby for stay-at-home mums, which, don't get me wrong, I was down for because I was a stay-at-home mum on my half time or my time off. I had no idea that it could create an income, and not just an income, but an income that gives you some really good choices. So I wanted to show you a little bit about the money behind this as well. So when we come into Juice Plus, we come in and we represent a product that has been used for 3 decades. It's got a lot of social proofing behind it. Now, the way social media is at the moment is that we take so much of what we do through the advice of other people, through referrals, through all sorts of things like that. So Juice Plus has actually been on the ball for a lot longer than this, than just our generation. For 30 years, what they've done is kept all of their profits aside, and instead of spending it on things like billboards, celebrity endorsements, TV ads, magazine proofs, all that kind of stuff, they pay it to us, to customers who use the product, who show it honestly what it does. And to me, I think that is the best form of marketing that you can get. It's so real, it's so authentic. Now, all that money that's saved up there, it's what comes into our bank accounts. It doesn't come from anyone underneath us. It doesn't come from the profits of the product. It literally comes from a smart company. Now, with that, they actually pay us 3 ways. So they pay us a retail profit. They pay us commission, which is our beach money. That's where our residual income comes from. And they pay us bonuses, which are now money. Now, I'm not going to explain too much about these two, but with this one, all you need to know is we don't have to stock our product for our customers. We don't have to buy a garage full of stuff. We literally just buy our own product. Juice Plus ships to everybody else who we refer to, okay? This money is awesome. It's what creates our wealth. It's a residual income. And I do know that an NMD is roughly earning about $2 million worth of property sale volume with this. So for me to be able to receive the residual wealth that I receive at the moment, 3 years into this business, I would need to own outright $2 million worth of property, not mortgaged, outright. And for me, there's no chance of doing that at 30. I wish there was, but there's not. But I know that I can follow this system and create it over time, just like I have in these 3 years that have passed. Now, bonuses, they're the fun money. Girls just want to have fun, right? That's what we're here for. So I'm going to explain how we make money nice and quick in this business while we build these two. So STVF is basically our first position. You don't need to know these fancy names, but it just gives you an idea of how we can progress. $400 every time you hit that. Now, because we are a teaching and mentoring business, it's $400 every time you help someone achieve it too. So like I said, that's what's beautiful about this business, is that you have somebody who wants to see you succeed. We don't want to bring you in and pop you out. We want to bring you in, nurture you, and help you be the best version of yourself. Then we move to sales coordinator, which is $600 and $600 every time you help someone reach that position. Then we have senior sales coordinator, $1,200 and $1,200 every time you teach someone. Now, what I love about these is that they look awesome, but they're also exponential. So you can teach as many people as you like to create these bonuses and take control of your income back. If you have a bill that's $2,000, you know exactly what you need to do that month in order to receive that bonus money. Then we have qualifying national marketing director, which is $1,500 and $1,500 for the teaching bonus. NMD is our pinnacle position. It's a $3,000 bonus. But like I said, what's epic is around about here, you're earning about a 6-figure residual wealth if you've continued to build your business strong. So not only are you earning the bonuses, but you're also earning residual income for helping people every single month. Now, this can take as long as you want. For me, it took 14 months to get down to NMD and to rock a business that I was epically proud of. But I'm going to shoot on over and hear from a few stories who are actually in their building phase. One of them is my beautiful friend, Ashi. Ashi, can you bring yourself off mute, darling? How about you share your journey of what you've noticed so far in your, what is it, about 18 months?
Yes, it has. Hi. So basically I started this because I was sick of living week to week. I loved travel and wanted to travel. However, I just couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. So we packed up all of our bags and everything that we owned. We sold everything, got rid of everything, bought a one-way ticket to New Zealand, very quickly ran out of money, and realized that that wasn't our ticket to freedom, realized that working for someone else wasn't our ticket to freedom. So we very quickly had to find seasonal work in a hotel chain, which really wasn't serving us. It was really depleting on my soul and really wasn't serving us. We worked there for 6 months, really slaving our guts away, really working 50, 60-hour weeks for someone that really wasn't appreciating us. So at the end of the day, our bank account was not growing. We were earning about $17 an hour, and it just really was not a very positive experience. And yes, I was skeptical because there's lots of online work opportunities out there, but this really stood out for me because it aligned with my values, and the people in it were just phenomenal. So I jumped in 6 months after jumping in. Now, I will just mention my life was hectic. I was in no position to actually take on anything else. I had an excuse of I have no time, I have no money, but these are the two very excuses that I needed this business. I wanted time, I wanted freedom, I wanted travel. But if I was to do what I was doing for the next 40 years of my life, I wouldn't get that time, I wouldn't get that freedom. So I really did need to change something in order for things to change. Things weren't going to change if I had stayed where I was doing the exact same thing. So I jumped into this wholeheartedly, and 6 months down the track, I was able to say bye to that job. I was able to leave that job and say bye to that negative, toxic work environment and get in our van and travel the entire north and south of New Zealand. We went to Indonesia for 2 months, where I was able to call that home for 2 months. I was able to complete a yoga certificate. So that really was something that I wanted to do for myself that I never was able to do because of time and money. So it was really beautiful to be able to go and do that, and to be able to just live free and just buy that one-way ticket and just do that thing that lights you up, because life is too short. So a year, 18 months later, we're going to Greece this year. We're going to all of these beautiful places because this business has allowed me to dream again. So I'm really grateful for Katrina for introducing this to me, and I will constantly be grateful, and the amount of lives that we get to change because of this. So if you're thinking, what if, really what if, I'll pass it back to Kat.
Awesome, thank you, darling. I love your share. I'm a little bit biased, but I do love your story because I've got to see you. You know, Ashi and I were friends for years before we both did this business, so it was beautiful to see how much you've shined. Well, we've got another beautiful story from our lovely Chrissy. Chrissy, I'll get you pinned, darling, and let's hear about what the business has done for you.
Thank you, Katrina. So yeah, I've been with Juice Plus now for just over 10 months, and before I started, I was a business development manager in the corporate world. So, you know, I was that person that did what I was supposed to do. I went to university, I got the degrees, I settled down, got the job. You know, I worked hard, the pay was amazing, but I just was really not fulfilled. We were just talking about the dreaded Sundays before. That was me. I was so anxious on Sundays. I, dreaded Mondays. And I just knew that there had to be more to life than just living for the weekends. I knew that I could be doing something more, but I just didn't know what that was or what it looked like. And last year, my husband and I welcomed our son, and as soon as he came along, I knew things definitely had to change. Like, I didn't want to be in that position where I would have to put him in daycare and only get to see him for like half hour either side of the day, or, especially we waited so long for him as well. So I didn't want to miss out on those magic moments with him. And, as what I want for my son, like Linda said before, our children will do what we do, not what we say. So if I want my son to live his best life, I need to kind of lead by example. So when my son was 6 weeks old, I was introduced to the products because, obviously tied and wired mama, and they were amazing. And I was also then introduced to the business opportunity. And to be honest, initially I was very skeptical because of just network marketing. And not that I knew really what it was, I just had this negative association with it. But it's, when I did my research, and I actually, like Katrina said, I absolutely love it. I really think that this is the best industry ever, especially for women. And, I now get to work from home with my little man who's like crawling around on the floor somewhere in here. And even better is that I was supposed to be returning back to work next month as my maternity leave has expired. But, since I've been able to create an income, I've been able to contribute to our lifestyle. So I was able to resign, and I get to spend more days like this, just connecting with beautiful women and spending time with my son. So it really was the best decision that I have made. And I'm so excited for the future.
Oh, that is awesome. Thank you so much, Katrina, and for all those stories. Like, you can see why we are just so passionate, not only about the products, but really empowering other women to go live more of what they're wanting to live, whether it's traveling around the world like Ashley. I want to join your team right now. Or getting to choose the choice that Chrissy has of mum care instead of daycare. That was my choice way back when. And so we get to collaborate, we get to empower each other, and it really does tick all the boxes. So we're way over time, so I'm wrapping it up right now, but I do want to leave you with that beautiful question that certainly got me into a heart space to say, you know what, I've got nothing to lose. There is no downside with this. What if you could create an extra income for you and your family? What if you could find your mojo and your courage amongst these other beautiful goddesses that have already got your back before you've even joined? There literally is a place where it's safe to grow and where we believe in you and we encourage you every step of the way. I've never found that anywhere else in the world. So we've created this warm, fuzzy bubble for you. So what if we leave you with this beautiful question to ponder, and whoever has shared this with you, they cared enough. So get back with them, and we will be the ones on the phone with you to explore about whether this business, our tribe, could be a fit for you. Thank you to everyone who joined today, and especially our beautiful story sharers. You girls rock. See ya. Mwah. Bye.